Hello guys, welcome back to another election prediction video. This time it's my 2022 Senate election prediction for the month of January. So let's just get right into this. First things first, we're going to do the safe states. These states are not going to be that competitive at all whatsoever. Even Alaska, Lisa Murkowski is probably going to be running against a Republican in the end, so it's just guaranteed that there will be a Republican senator in Alaska at that point. Alaska is just a super Republican state, especially with Murkowski as a moderate. So even some Democrats are going to vote for her, which is pretty interesting there. I think we're almost done here setting up all the safes. Oh yeah, Iowa. There's Chuck Grassley running for re-election there. It's not going to be competitive at all. Even Missouri too. If it's Eric Greitens, he's probably, even though he's a scandal-ridden Republican, and he resigned as the former governor of Missouri, he'll still win by over 10 percentage points, just making a safe state. It's just super ruby red Missouri. I really doubt it'll be competitive whatsoever. It's just not a swing state anymore. Iowa, Chuck Grassley, he's most definitely going to get reelected. It's just a huge incumbency advantage there. You look at how much he won by in 2016, it wasn't even close. He nearly won every county, and it's probably going to be a similar thing there. Even if the Democrats have a good Senate candidate, it's not going to matter. But let's get right into the first few states. Colorado, it could be competitive for Republicans. If they get, like, Cory Gardner to run again, it could very well go to lean. But I'm going to probably say it's going to be likely, even if Cory Gardner does run. He could get it to lean, but I think Colorado has just become a really Democratic state. Biden won over 13 points. It's most definitely going to stay in the likely column, even if the Republicans win the national, like, generic ballot vote. It'll still be a likely state for Democrats. They'll have to do really well to make it competitive. Ohio, you have Tim Ryan running here on the Democratic side. He could make it go to lean if he runs an amazing campaign, but that's saying he runs an amazing campaign. In all likelihood, he runs a normal campaign and he loses by a likely margin. He's a great Senate candidate for Ohio, but he's not the type of Democrat to win it, especially in a red wave year, which is currently what's 2022 is going to be looking like so far. It looks like a Republican advantage for that year. Florida, Marco Rubio is running against Val Demings. She did raise a lot of fundraising money, but it's Marco Rubio. It's going to be very hard to beat him. You saw his numbers he got with Latinos in his 2016 election. It's insane. He'll probably do much. He has an actual shot, maybe even winning a Latino vote in 2022. We'll have to see, but I'm going to say it's going to be a likely margin. Rubio wins by 6 points here in the state of Florida. The next state would be North Carolina, and I see it as lean Republican. I don't see it as likely. I see it as lean because the Democrats do have former Supreme Court of the North Carolina Supreme Court running here as their nominee. So she'll definitely get a lot of African American turnout across the state that turn out for her. So that'll definitely help it from not going to likely. And she'll probably lose by 2 to 3 points. That's what I'm estimating here, so I'll put this state as about a lean for now. The next state I'll be doing is New Hampshire. I see it as lean Democratic. The Republicans don't have any good nominees here to run on the Republican side whatsoever. Everyone, Chris Sununu not running here, and he would have probably flipped the state. Not even the former Republican senator here isn't running either. She declined, so Republicans really are just going to lose this seat, honestly. They don't have anyone that competitive, and it could even go to likely, believe it or not, but I'm going to keep it as lean for now. I think because it is a Republican advantage going into 2022, they have a little bit of an edge across every state, but not in New Hampshire. The next state is Wisconsin. I would put it as lean. Ron Johnson has announced he's running for re-election, or it's been leaked. So he'll probably end up holding the state by a lean margin, 2 to 3 point victory. He always manages to survive, even in 2016 when everyone thought he was a goner, me included. Ron Johnson's like super lucky. He gets luck all the time. In 2016, he got lucky. In 2022, with a Republican advantage going in here, I think there's no doubt he probably wins the state by a lean margin. I mean, Democrats could make it more competitive, but I don't see them flipping this Senate seat to their side, especially with how Biden is a negative 7-point approval rating in the state of Wisconsin. Plus, we got the governor race in Wisconsin too, and that governor is disapproved of. So honestly, it's just going to be anti-democratic sentiment in the state of Wisconsin, and that's why it's going to be lean red in November. All right. The next state I'll be doing would be Pennsylvania. This state I would actually put as tilt Republican. I mean, Mehmet Oz, he's a really frappy Republican candidate. I mean, they need to stop. They need to get their shit together and actually run good candidates. If Mehmet Oz wins the nominee, it'll be tilt Republican. He'll probably be the favorite narrowly, but if it's John Fetterman actually has a chance of making it tilt Democratic. But if they nominate anyone else besides Mehmet Oz, I mean, it'll probably easily be tilt Republican or even lean, but I'm going to put it as tilt for now. I'm going to give them a slight advantage because they do have that anti-Biden sentiment. We'll see if it holds in 10 months, but who knows? It might. Could change, though, very well. Democrats could win in Pennsylvania. Keep an eye on it. It's probably one of the most competitive states. The next state I'm going to do is Nevada. Nevada I actually see as lean Republican. I mean, you look at all these polls and stuff, and it shows the Republican up, even if it's inside poll, but even among the Democrats' inside polling, it still shows her like at 45% in this state. I really feel like the Democrats are probably going to lose Nevada come 2022, do pretty bad here in the governor's race and the House seats as well. So, plus it's Adam Laxalt is an extremely tough Republican candidate. They really picked a good nominee here, and they're probably going to flip this Senate seat in Nevada to their side. The state of Arizona, believe it or not, I actually think it will vote to the left of Nevada. I think this Senate seat's going to be extremely competitive. I mean, it's because the Republican candidates are just pretty bad. Mark Brnovich, these guys they're running, they aren't the stellar candidates that they have in Nevada or Wisconsin or Florida. They really need to pick a good candidate, and Mark Kelly's actually a really strong Democratic candidate, so he has the chance of even trying to hold this state to the Democratic side, but I'm going to say it's tilt Republican for now. Keep an eye on this. It's probably one of the most competitive Senate seats, and I do think it'll vote to the left of Nevada, which is kind of interesting. Well, very interesting. And now we go to the state of Georgia. I think it's going to be tilt Democratic. Here's why. Georgia has a 50% non-white population, and that is only going to keep growing in the next coming months. And Herschel Walker is just a really shitty candidate. I mean, he's not the best guy they could run here. He's going to do pretty bad. And there's so much drama around him and his life. How he abused his ex-wives. Well, they accused him of that. He has a lot going on around him that's pretty negative, and that's not going to work to get the swing voters in Georgia to vote for you. So that's my 2022 Senate election prediction. Republicans make a net gain of 2 seats, giving them Senate control. Let me know what you think of this video in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.